One of the barkeeps exceeded even the amiability of the other employees. On several occasions, he would trim choice cuts of crisp little pieces from the roast beef for me, along with about an inch of the near beer in a stein. I asked him once, "May I have some more of that beer?" He winked and replied, "It'll make you drunk and then would have to toss you out back with the pigs." I had plenty of time to explore the blue front unescorted. In the huge side room where the wall hangings were displayed, I fell into a mischievous mood and wrote and drew designs and words of my own on the backs of the Masonic emblems. I then proceeded to the upstairs where men lay in the beds in a fashion reminiscent of a flop house in the wide hall-like room where firemen had once slept. Their equipment room below was apparently now being used as a Masonic meeting place, and the only entrance to the sleeping quarters was through that room. That's again from James Shelby Donner's The Carnivals of Life and Death, a very fascinating story about a very fascinating man. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Now I realize that we have talked on occasion about many different subjects, and over the last year or so I've probably focused overmuch on politics and on the economy because they are so visceral and so much a part of what we deal with on a daily basis. But for those who research what is going on globally and what is going on in this country and what is being perpetrated upon us as a people, one needs to also accept the fact that there is something else going on behind the scenes. So even as globalism proceeds apace, our economy is being systematically destroyed, the political situation in this country is being revealed for exactly what it is. That is a ploy, a charade, a show for the masses, in something that has been called by Michael Hoffman as the revelation of the method, where the players behind the scenes are required from time to time to reveal what it is that they're doing to the dupes that they're doing it to. It's a shadow play. It's designed to see whether or not they can withstand scrutiny and the furtherance of their ends be achieved. So I wanted to talk about the occult. I wanted to talk about the esoteric and why it's important. Because you can look from researcher to researcher to researcher, and you'll find those that concentrate on the esoteric and the occult aspects of the world, and you'll find those that concentrate on the more mundane, and that is politics, economy, etc. But one cannot understand fully the conspiracy that is transforming this world and which is being perpetrated upon us, human beings, unless one embraces the occult aspects, the esoteric or hidden aspects to what is going on. You realize that globalism itself, the New World Order as it is called, was first envisioned by occultists. All the people who were behind this scheme were all occultists. They all have a history of occultic involvement, secret societies. And it is my firm belief that you cannot grasp fully the entire ramifications of everything that is going on unless you embrace the idea that there is an occultic, esoteric, hidden aspect to this. Now, that is not to say that there is any credence to any of this per se. Although, that is something that is for you to decide. What I will say on that subject is this, and I've said it before, that it really doesn't matter whether you believe that any of this mumbo-jumbo, as some would call it, is real. The fact of the matter is that there are people who are behind the scenes driving a lot of the things that we're dealing with who absolutely and unalterably believe it. So, is Satan driving things behind the scenes? Is there a demonic presence? Is there an extra dimensional reality which is impinging upon our own, which is driving people in a way to cause them to go through the steps that are leading to where our country and our world is going, and where the human race is being pushed and herded like sheep. I don't know, but the people behind the scenes believe it is so. Believe that they're following some sort of plan, a game plan that is far and above and away that which is seen by humanity and understood as basic, mundane aspects of life. It would be one thing if things were being driven solely by greed and excess and the usual tortures of man against man, which we've seen plenty of examples of in our time. But there is a hidden, far more dangerous aspect to all of this, because they believe they're following an agenda which is above their own, which is above humankind. Now, the reality, as I said, is up to debate. Personally, what I believe is that there is some reality to occultism, in the sense that what we're dealing with is something extra human. Whether it be extra dimensional, whether it be something along those lines, some force or beings operating on another plane of existence, a different dimension, whatever you want to call it. And magic, and especially ceremonial magic, real magic, if you want to use that term, can be used to access that, whether it's just energy, or whether you're dealing with entities, or whether it's a collective mind, etc. Evil, satanic, Luciferian, whatever you want to call it. Maybe all of those things, or none. But I do believe there is some reality to it, and I think that the idea of the esoteric and the occult is key to understanding and putting all of the pieces together for the various things that are happening in our world today. And I just wanted to take a minute to reiterate that to you, because it's something that I think needs to be said, because people need to understand that to have a full look and a full understanding of what is going on in the world today, one has to embrace the esoteric and hidden side of this. And they have to be willing to go down that rabbit hole. Otherwise, a lot of these things will be seen as separate and not connected. But it is the weave and it is the web of the occult and the hidden side of things which wrap all of this up together. So I urge you, if you have not done so, to take a look and realize the origins of a lot of the things that are happening now, and realize the importance of the esoteric and the occult as well in trying to come to terms with and understand exactly what it is that is being perpetrated on humanity by those powers behind the scenes. And realize that what you're getting, for the most part, is a shadow play, a puppet show. And it is designed for a purpose, not only propagandistic, but also as a part of greater ceremonial magic. And realize that there is an importance there, and that there is a driving force there that interweaves and connects all of these disparate conspiracies that otherwise would be seen to be happening isolated. They're not. Everything is connected. Everything. And that's something you have to realize. And the esoteric hidden side, the occult side of world affairs and human affairs, is the binding force that binds all of this together. And you can't understand the greater conspiracy until you come to that realization. So if you haven't had the time, if you haven't taken the time to realize that there's another side to all of this, you need to look into it in order to understand the full blooming of what we're heading towards. Thank you. Good day.